This is the morning of the 20th of December, 2025. Clip put up by Midas Touch. I'm going to play about, 10 minutes of it. It's an 18-minute clip. Trump loses it and immediately violates Epstein law. Let's have a listen.
Donald Trump is having an awful Friday morning. He has already admitted that he and his regime will be violating the Epstein transparency law. They will not be producing all of the Epstein files. They say instead they will be producing 100,000 or a few 100,000 documents today, and then maybe in a few weeks or months, they may produce a few 100,000 more. That is a direct violation of the Epstein transparency law, which requires that all of the files be released today. Obviously, they are spending the additional time to engage in a further cover-up, and it pains me to give you that news, but I think we all knew that Donald Trump would wake up on Friday and do a massive cover-up, and that's exactly what's going on. Let me show you what Donald Trump's number 2 at the DOJ, a guy by the name of Todd Blanche, had to say. Now, you'll remember Todd Blanche used to be Donald Trump's personal lawyer. He was Trump's criminal defense lawyer in the case where Donald Trump was convicted of like 33 or 34 felony counts. Now, Todd Blanche was appointed as the number 2 at the DOJ, and he was the guy who interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell at the maximum security facility where she was serving basically a life sentence, over 20 years, for engaging in child sex trafficking. And they did that interview where Ghislaine lied the entire time, and then she was transferred to the minimum security facility at Camp Bryant, Texas. This is Todd Blanche moments ago saying that the Trump regime will not be turning out over all of the Epstein files today. Instead, hundreds of thousands of several 100,000 documents, they say today, and then they'll be doing additional documents, they claim, in the coming weeks, a direct violation of the law. Here, play this clip.
So today is the 30 days and I expect that we're going to release several 100,000 documents today, and those documents will come in all different forms, photographs and other materials associated with all of the investigations into Mr. Epstein. And just so everybody appreciates, President Trump has said for years that he wants full transparency, and he wants the Department of Justice to release everything that we can with respect to this investigation. And
I just want to pull up the Epstein transparency law so we can read it together. Here it is right here. Short title: the act may be cited as the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Subsection A: in general, not later than 30 days after the date of enactment of this act, the Attorney General shall, subject to subsection B, make publicly available in a searchable and downloadable format all unclassified records, documents, communications, and investigative materials in the possession of the Department of Justice, including the Federal Bureau of Investigations and the United States Attorney's Office that relates to, then it's everything related to Epstein, Ghislaine, and their child sex trafficking ring. And the Trump regime is now saying they will be violating that law. You just heard it there publicly. Here, Todd Blanche is again this morning, again using this number, several 100,000, he says, and then he just tries to gaslight everybody and say, Donald Trump has always wanted to be transparent about it. He's always been the guy to produce everything. This is what he always wanted to do. Just stop it. Cut it out. I mean, for real. The American people aren't stupid. The American people know that this is a massive PPP, pedo protection program, a massive cover-up of this child sex trafficking ring by Donald Trump and Todd Blanche and the rest of this regime. I just want to show you what he said this morning so you can see what liars. It's just unfortunate that these people who are destroying this country right now, who are in the Oval Office, who are there, are just such liars, and that they're covering up a child sex trafficking ring like this, and they think we're all stupid. Here, play this clip.
So today is the 30 days and I expect that we're going to release several 100,000 documents today, and those documents will come in all different forms, photographs and other materials associated with all of the investigations investigations into Mr. Epstein. And just so everybody appreciates, President Trump has said for years that he wants full transparency, and he wants the Department of Justice to release everything that we can with respect to this investigation.
Yeah, I just want to bring you more data and receipts. Right, we talked about yesterday that there were at least 1,000 FBI and 1,000 FBI and DOJ national security personnel from national security positions who the Trump regime assigned to be involved in redactions on these Epstein files. 1,000. And they've been working every single day on this, apparently, likely to remove Donald Trump's name from it and to remove people who Donald Trump knows from it, and anyone who Donald Trump is friends with, and all of his powerful billionaire friends, to hide them from it. But that's in addition to what was done back in March. I mean, do you remember the reporting by Jason Leopold over at Bloomberg? He explained that between March 17th and March 22nd, there was close to $1 million in overtime that was clocked going through the Epstein files in March. FBI personnel clocked in a total of 4,737 hours of overtime between January and July alone. That's just overtime. So if it's 4,737 hours of just overtime, how many actual hours do you think were between January and July?
Yeah, I mean, come on, folks. You can listen to the rest of it, but you sort of get the picture, huh? Why should this surprise anyone? We knew that he wouldn't release the documents. He's not going to allow himself to be incriminated. I'll attach the link. You look at it, and thanks for listening.